8:28 this Friday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us here on ARC Rochester. I'm Dan Schrack.
I'm Abby Fridman. We still have a lot to get to this morning. We're going to dive right into our very first guest of the morning, and we're going to talk about compassion in the workplace.
Yes, especially right now amid the election. It's very common for emotions to run high and have your environment feel a bit more tense than normal.
Yeah, this morning we're joined by Jessica Savage from Dixon, Schwabl and Company to learn more about how to support and communicate with our fellow coworkers. Good morning. Thank you for being here.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Let's get right into it. I guess your first piece of advice.
Well, the first piece of advice is just recognizing that as a leader in an organization, no matter the number of employees, everybody is showing up uniquely with a different need, different feelings, different concerns. Could be fear, could be uncertainty, could be joy. It's all different, and we need to, as leaders, acknowledge that each person's individual needs are unique. Our best opportunity is to create connections with our colleagues and employees and try to find out how we can support them individually and serve that immediate need, and also create a sense of stability. Try to remove the uncertainty where we can and redirect focus to the good work we can do together in the workplace.
Jessica, let me ask, what happened to the old adage, check your baggage at the door? Like, before you come into work, you leave your outside business, outside work. You come in, you do your job that you're paid to do, and then you go home and you live your life.
I think, and thankfully, we've evolved as humans and as employers and organizations. We are a people person working with people and for people. So it's people, people, people. And the best way to drive progress in an organization is to understand people, really dial into what it feels like to be human, and create those good practices that show up demonstrating respect, creating inclusive environments. When people feel connection and a reason to come together in a positive way, great things happen. So that's where we are. Life inside and outside of business comes together, and we've got to recognize that. We're human.
Absolutely. It's something that I always think about. I was just telling my students about it the other day, how everybody has a story. Everybody has something going on that you have no idea about, right? So I guess what would be your message to the people who are saying everybody just needs to toughen up, everybody needs to get over it, stop with the feelings, stop with the mushy stuff, because there are people out there.
Yeah, it's true. I think that as leaders, and to be an effective leader, we have to be generous with our energy and our time. And we have to recognize that each person in our organization may need a different amount of our attention and time to move through the feelings that they're having. And that means it's going to require us to take a step back and pause, to be really effective at listening, to ask the questions that require us to get that deeper understanding, and to do right by our people. It is possible to work hard and be nice to people and to move everyone together, while also recognizing that each person is coming into the space with a different set of emotions. To ignore it would be to cause further divide. And we're trying to unify everybody to a common purpose, and do so within our organization.
So if we spot someone just struggling day to day in our work environment, should we approach that person first? Should we approach our boss? Should we approach human resources? Where do we go to make sure that your coworker is okay?
You know, I think that's a really wonderful question, because it depends on the individual's comfort level. Some individuals, colleagues, may not feel as comfortable leaning into the empathy and compassion and how are you and how can I help? And if that's the case, great move is to direct to HR. That HR function within the organization is a really safe place. And for people who may be needing help and not know where to go, or not feel super comfortable talking to, the leadership or a supervisor, HR serves as that great function. Otherwise, peer-to-peer connection provides great support systems. And I think just taking a moment and pausing and leaning in to say, well, how are you, is enough, and taking time to listen. Not a fast, how you doing, on your way to the, wherever you're going, but really stopping and how are you? And if you're sensing from body language or message that someone might need a little bit more of your time, give that time. Be generous with your time right now.
Wow, it's great information. You know, I would think that there's this pressure now more than ever to have those conversations with people, because a lot of folks spend so much time at work with their coworkers. Gone are the 9-to-5 days, right? For the most part, people are working all
9 to
day,
5 and
every
then while
day,
you're
not
at
just
home.
in person,
That's
but
right.
on email, on the phone. You know, it's hard not to communicate effectively.
It's true. And when you think about what you need yourself, you know, I want to feel seen and heard, and I want to feel valued. And if I know what I need for myself, then I can relate to what I think somebody else might need too. And if you're creating an inclusive environment, regardless of where a person's, you know, political points of view or beliefs may be, you want to be able to create an environment that feels safe, where people can feel seen and heard. So active listening, asking questions to your comfort level, and just, you know, making yourself available for people is really critical.
We're running low on time, but I do want to know, what we kind of touched on this a little bit. What do you say to the people, not just the ones who say, oh, you know, you grow up, you're fine, leave it at the door, check the bag at the door. What do you say to the people who, beyond that, just say even the idea of this conversation that we're having, addressing it, is silly?
I think you have to trust your instincts as a leader and what feels comfortable and right. In our case, whenever we're questioning how do we show up for another person, we dial into our core values: community, curiosity, courage. It takes a lot of energy to show up and be brave every day, and when you have a beacon like a lighthouse that can guide you to how to show up, that will never steer you wrong. So organizations, leaders, lean into your core values, remind your constituents of those core values and the behaviors that guide how you show up and live those core values. And I think that, along with your kind of gut instinct, will never steer you wrong. So that's what I would encourage everyone to lean into.
Great advice. Jessica, thank you for being
Thank you for
here
having me
today. It's truly been a pleasure, and definitely food for thought.
Yeah, 100%. We'll post all this information and much
Thank
more
you.
on our website, foxrochester.com, after the show this morning.
We have much more to get to coming up on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, we're going to check in with Chris Lopez again, who's live from Nazareth University.
We're back after this.